Good morning, preschool friends. I hope you slept well last night. I did. I think it was from all the fresh air and sunshine that we played in yesterday. Today, we are going to start talking about water. Now, the earth is made up of a lot of water. Did you know that our earth where we live is mostly water? Let me show you a picture. Do you see all that blue? That is water all over the earth, and the green is the land. So that means over 3/4 of our earth is water. Must mean it's pretty important. And who made the water on the earth? Good answers. Yes, God gave us water. And God gave us water so we can use it in a variety of ways. Some of you I know already put your book together. But if you haven't, in your packet is a book about the many ways that you can use water. You want to cut on the big black line across the middle of your book and then fold on the dotted lines to assemble your book. And make sure you pay attention to those numbers because we want our book to go in the right order, right? So once you put your book together, there's pictures of different ways they're using water. Take a look at those pictures and see what are they doing with the water and tell mom and dad so that they can write it on the line below. Now, if you haven't made your book, or maybe you did make your book and you looked at it, think about all those different ways that water could be used. And what's your favorite way to use water? My favorite way to use water is to drink it. Ooh, nice and cold this morning. Water keeps me healthy because just like the earth, most of our body is made up of water. So it's important that we drink a lot of water to keep ourselves healthy. And remember when we talked about our teeth? Yeah, water's good for our teeth too because it rinses off all the little sugar bugs that like to give us cavities. So make sure you drink your water every day. Now, one of the other sheets in your packet has a place where you get to paint a picture of what your favorite way to use water is. I've seen some of you have already painted your picture. Baths seem to be a popular way that you like to use water. How many of you like to use water to water plants? Maybe to go swimming? Have a water fight? Yeah, with water balloons or water guns? So many ways to use water. Today, we're going to find out, how does Kelly Martin like to use water? So I have my felt board right here. Let's see if I go this way, maybe you can see it. And as I read this story, I'll try to put the Kelly characters up so you can see them. It's a lot for Mrs. Vickler to try and juggle everything at once, so please be patient with me. Remember, teachers make mistakes too. Kelly made a great splash, here she is, as she ducked her head under the shallow water of a lake and suddenly popped up again. She waved to her mother, who stood watching her from the beach a few feet away. "It's almost time for lunch, Kelly," she said. "Are you ready to come out and dry off?" Kelly laughed and shook her head. Drops of water flew from the ends of her two wet ponytails. "I'm a fish, Mom," she replied, "and fish eat lunch in the lake." Her mother laughed. "Your sandwich might get soggy if you eat it in the lake," she said, "and you wouldn't like that, would you?" Kelly thought for a moment and decided that a dry sandwich would taste much better than a wet one. She splashed towards the shore and wrapped herself in a warm beach towel. Then she quickly changed into dry clothes. Here comes Kelly in from the water. And there she is in dry clothes. She still shivered slightly as she looked up at the stony cliffs that surrounded the clear blue lake. And she wondered, was she strong or brave enough to climb those cliffs? But instead of climbing the cliffs, she joined her baby sister Becky, playing in the sand. Becky was happily digging in the sand with a small shovel, and Kelly placed a few pretty stones in the hole that Becky had dug. Together they buried her treasure. In a few moments, their mother and father had spread out a picnic lunch nearby. Kelly was very thirsty, and she drank 3 glasses of lemonade with her peanut butter sandwich. After lunch, Kelly's father decided to read baby Becky a story. And Kelly and her mother set off on a hike. There's Kelly's mom and Kelly, and off they go. Whoop, Kelly was upside down. There we go. Kelly chose a path that wound its way between the cliffs into the shady woods. Alongside the path, a stream gurgled briskly towards the lake. The path sloped gradually upward, and before long, Kelly and her mother stopped to rest. Kelly looked down at the stream, and long green reeds waved in the water. A few ducks swam by. Kelly stood up, and she saw that big clouds were gathering across the sky. She also heard the loud sound of rushing water coming from somewhere further down the path. "Mom, what's that noise?" she said. "It sounds like a waterfall," her mother said. "Oh, let's see it." So off they went. She ran ahead, and her mother followed close behind. There we go. Soon they reached the spot where water rushed over a cliff and fell into the pool below. There, the water swirled among rocks and flowed into the stream that Kelly and her mother had followed. Kelly was very excited. So excited that she didn't notice the sound of thunder rumbling in the sky. "Kelly," her mom exclaimed, "we must hurry back before it rains." So they followed the path back to the lake. Back, past the tree, past the ducks, all the way back to their car. And when they got back, they drove home. Kelly watched the first big raindrops splatter against the car window and hoped maybe she would see a rainbow. What does Kelly enjoy doing at the lake? Oh, I hear lots of answers. Yes, she enjoys splashing in the water. She was ducking her head under, pretending to be a fish, right? What did Kelly do when she didn't want to get out of the water? What did she tell her mom? Yeah, she said that fish eat lunch in the lake. But why did her mom say she wouldn't enjoy that very much? What would happen to her sandwich? It would get soggy, right? That means that the bread would get wet. How did Kelly feel when she came out of the water? Can you think about when you come out of the shower, or if you came out of a swimming pool? How do you feel? You ever get shivers? That's how Kelly was, right? She felt cold because the wind was on her skin. When Kelly sat down for lunch, what did she choose to drink? Lemonade, right? 3 big glasses of it. And what is lemonade made with? You got it, water. When Kelly and her mom went on their adventure, she heard the loud sound of rushing water. What was making that sound? Oh, waterfall, right? Because it came from really high down onto the rocks. It would make this loud sound like whoosh, whoosh. Why did Kelly and her mom suddenly have to rush back to the car? Yeah, they heard thunder. And where there's thunder, what comes next usually? Well, some of you said lightning. Yes, lightning can be part of the storm. But also rain, right? And they didn't want to get caught in the rain. Now, I want you to take a moment and tell mom or dad or a brother or sister, what do you like to do if you go to a lake or an ocean or a river? What kind of ways do you enjoy the water? All right. I'm going to pause the video for a moment because we're going to get Ollie out. All right, I hope you took some time to talk about all the fun ways that you like to use water, especially when you're at the lake. When I'm at the lake, I like to lounge around in the sunshine and just float on a raft. That's what I like. All right, should we see if Ollie wants to come out? Come on out, Ollie. Ooh, he's relaxing in here. Good morning, Ollie. Ooh, yeah, it's bright lights, isn't it, Ollie? Oh, Ollie, welcome to our new classroom. You haven't been here yet, have you? Oh, well, don't worry. You don't need to be scared because it's still our same friends. Can you say hi to our friends? Yep, they're watching you. Yeah. And it's a safe space just at my house. All right. Oh, Ollie, what do you have in this box? You have some interesting items, Ollie. Let me help you get them out. What in the world, Ollie? You've got what is this, friends? Looks like a tube, right? from paper towels. Yeah, there's a tube. What else do you have, Ollie? You've got aluminum foil. Okay. You got, you know what this is, friends? Some rice. Are you hungry, Ollie? Are you gonna eat some rice? You've got some tape and some circles. How many circles, friends, does Ollie have? 1, 2. Well, that is some odd objects. What do you think Ollie is gonna do with these objects? What do you think? Can you guess? Yell out your answers. That's a creative answer. I don't think it's that. Should we find out? Ollie, what are we making? Oh, Ollie heard us talking about water and the rain in the Kelly story, and he wants to make a rain stick. Do you know what a rain stick is? It's an instrument that sounds like rain falling from the sky. And these items, when put together, can make a rain stick. Interesting. So we're going to start with our tube. Oh, Ollie's going to hold the tube. And we need to tape one of the circles on the bottom of the tube so that things don't fall out. All right. Ollie's going to help me here. Okay, Ollie, be helpful, please. Okay, Ollie, let go of the tape, please. Ollie. Oh, Ollie's not being very helpful. All right. Well, I'll tear some tape myself because I don't think Ollie's helping. All right. So I'm going to tape one of the pieces of paper to the bottom of one of the sides of the tube. Got to make sure that it's all sealed up because those grains of rice are very, very small, right? We don't want those to fall through. All right. Ollie, how are you doing over there? You still playing with your tape? Oh, awesome. All right, Ollie's still playing with the tape, so I guess I will be working on the project first. All right. Well, we've got one end of the tube all sealed up, and the other end is open. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our aluminum foil, and we're going to kind of crush it up like a snake. Do you see that? It's kind of long like a snake. And you can put little bends in it, however you want. I like to make it pretty bendy. And then we're going to slide it down inside our tube. See? Ooh, and it just fits. It's all the way inside the tube. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to open our rice. And we're going to pour our rice inside our tube. Now, we have quite a bit of rice in our bag. You can choose how much you put in to your tube. The more you put in, the less room it is for it to shake though. So you don't want too much rice. Enough to make sound, but not enough to clog up your whole tube. All right, so I poured a little bit of rice in there. See, you can kind of see it. And then the next thing we need to do is we need to seal the other end of our tube with our tape and our paper. Ollie, you gonna help again? Oh. Ollie's still playing with the tape down there, so we're gonna let him be for a minute. Maybe he'll come back and help us play with our instrument in a moment. All right. Again, tape it up nice and tight because you're gonna be taking your tube and twisting it back and forth, upside down, and you don't want your rice to end up all over the ground. Now, if you don't have rice at home, is there anything else you could put inside your tube, you think, that would make sound? Yeah. You could use small things of cereal. Small rocks. What else? Beans. I heard beans. Marbles. Well, marbles might be a little bit too heavy. Yeah, lots of different things that you can use that you want to go inside your tube. All right. I think we're ready. All right. Ollie, stop playing with the tape. Okay, I took that back off. All right, we have our rain stick. So you can see it's taped on the top and on the bottom. And now when we turn it, do you hear the sound? Does it sound like rain falling? just like the rain when it hits your window. The other thing we could do, we won't do this now, is we could color our tube or add stickers or wrap it with paper, like wrapping paper, to make it beautiful. And then we have an instrument that makes rain. And we can make loud sounds. It's really raining hard. Or really soft rain. So one of your jobs today is see if you can come up with the things to make a rain stick. And if you can't make a rain stick, maybe you could come up with another way to make sounds like rain. Maybe tapping on pots and pans or tapping your fingers on the window. Sometimes rain comes down really hard, so maybe tapping on your lap really hard. But today, when you read the poem on the back of your sheet, the one that you're painting on, read that poem with all the sounds that rain could make. Hard sounds, soft sounds, whooshing and gushing. All right, thank you, Ollie, for showing us how to make a rain stick here at home. All right, you're gonna take it with you, Ollie? Okay, he wants to take it with him. Say bye, friends. Bye, Ollie. Put that back in your box with you. All right. We're gonna pause the video, and our next thing we're gonna talk about is our letter of the week. What letter is that? Yes, S. All right, friends, did you find your handwriting worksheet, your letter S worksheet? All right, just like at school, name on your paper, first thing. S is a pretty tricky letter to write because there's two curves in an S, right? We need to curve one way and then the other. So when you take your finger and draw on the S, it's like you're going around the tree, changed your mind, and around the tree this way, okay? Kind of like slipping down a water slide, right? All the way to the bottom. Make sure you trace the S's first, write them, color them, and then circle all the S's that you find in the bottom. Does big S and little s look the same? They do, right? They look a lot alike. Little s is just a little bit smaller. So practice those S's. There might not be enough room to practice S's here. So you can also practice more on the back. Remember, slip and slide all the way to the bottom. That is our letter S worksheet. So you have a lot of projects today. Make your book if you haven't done that. Paint a picture of how you like to use water. Read the poem about water on the back. And then see if you can come up with a rain instrument. Make a rain stick like Ollie, or make rain sounds somewhere in your house. That's a lot of things to keep you busy today, right? All right, bye guys.